everybody. Good to see you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Dolly.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me on.
Well, of course, this is our gig, darling.
Yes.
This is our thing to do together. I like this. It's fun. And once you start doing live streams, which we're going to talk about a little later, we can switch back and forth.
Yeah.
Do it on my channel one week, your channel next. Or week.
That's what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping to do mine like maybe the second week of the month, and you do yours at the last week of the month. So that way, twice a month,
We're
hanging out with each other. Yeah,
I like that. I think that sounds fun to me. I am in such a good mood today. I flipping got paid yesterday.
Woo, money
on a Tuesday. My payday is the 3rd.
Did you turn up on a Tuesday?
Huh?
Did you turn it up
on a Tuesday? No, I'm a Monday's child. Actually, I was born on Monday. And Mondays are my least favorite day of the week. Isn't that weird?
That's weird. I don't know what day I was born on.
That's because I've had so many stressful jobs. I lay awake all night long on Sunday, worried about going to work on Monday. It's just that game the ego game you play in your head.
Yes, I still have that going on.
Yeah, I do.
But now I don't dread my job like I did before. For a while there, I was really dreading going to work.
Oh, I bet.
Not with my new job. Now it's more like, oh, this might be a stressful day. Whereas before it was like, oh, I don't want to go to work.
It's gonna be a sucky day. I don't want to go. Been there. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was doing customer service technical support for Windows.
But you liked that job, didn't you? You liked it.
I liked working for the company, but the actual day-to-day of the people on the phone, I hated every minute of it.
Did you?
Oh my God, talk about stressful, because you've also got your supervisor listening in to rate you on how well you did in the call with your customer service plus your technical skills. I had 2 computers. So I had 2 keyboards, one for my left hand, one for my right hand. The one keyboard was to the Microsoft's knowledge base on how to fix everything, giant database. The other one was to keep track of what I did for the customer's account. So that if something happens and it didn't fix it and they had to come back, the next person could pick up where you left off instead of repeating what you did.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
And and you had to, as soon as you were on one call, you could take a breath, get a drink of water, and better get on that next call.
Mm-hmm. Shiny Light's here. Hi, Amber.
Hey, hi. Might help if I put on the comments so I can see.
Amber's here.
So, yeah, and that kind of, I want to see some more people coming in, but...
No, we're just waiting. We're just chatting now.
We're just chit-chatting about computers.
Chit-chatting, yeah, about
computers. Which is kind of going to be a theme tonight anyway.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting how it all kind of came together to this. Because I've been stressing over this for a week. Because I watched a damned ad all the way through. So we'll get started on that in a minute.
Yeah. Well, AI is... it's not just AI. It's everything that comes along with AI.
It's the changes that it's going to make.
Yes, and the changes that have to happen to bring AI in.
How are we going to limit it? And are we going to limit it? And what ethics go into it to the limits? And and do we put it? Yeah, we get into nanobots and we get in chips in your head so that paralyzed people can move again. And I get worried about brainwashing myself and mind control with the chip in the brain. With the chip in the brain. But for paralyzed people, oh my God, what a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Well, and also,
so you got it's a very, very double-edged sword.
It is. It's just like anything. Anything can be used as a tool for good or a tool for evil, right? or
Yes.
bad, whatever word you want to use, stick it in there. But any tool can be used to help, and any tool can be used to oppress.
Clarity calling you.
Huh?
Is that Clarity?
No, what you're hearing, it's actually beautiful. It's beautiful out. So we have all of our windows open.
Oh.
And there is a little peanut of a boy who is learning how to ride his bike outside right now. If
how cool.
But I can't pick this up and turn it around.
See, I don't have any children in my neighborhood. They used to run a daycare behind me, so I could hear kids laughing all day long. And the lady back there passed away, and they don't do the daycare anymore. But I miss kids. I miss that sound. My mom and dad used to live in a 55 and over mobile home park here. They couldn't wait to get out of the place because all their friends were dying off, and there was no children's laughter.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't wait to get into a normal, regular neighborhood.
Right.
So
I love the kids in our neighborhood. They're all the parents in the neighborhood here know each other. And I've talked about this, about the importance of community and the importance of like knowing your neighbors, right?
So my neighbors don't do that anymore. They used to. We used to have block parties.
We have to get back to that. We have to get back to that. That is so important. I cannot stress that enough. If you don't allow yourself to become a part of a community, and a community is like a family, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to like everybody all the time. I get that,
sure.
But when you get to know each other, everybody's looking out for everybody, and there's always that nosy person in the neighborhood who knows everything, right?
Gossip. Yeah, the neighborhood gossip.
Turn that into a positive and make them the neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
You just got.
Well, they kind of are anyway.
You flip the script, and you get these people involved. And
yes.
Chrissy's our neighborhood watchdog. She knows everything that's going on. Nothing. She misses nothing. She'll see somebody walking down the street, and she'll be sitting on the couch looking up. Do
they belong in the neighborhood?
Who is that?
Just don't go out there and be a Karen, Chrissy. We love you.
Stony. Hi, Stony.
Good to see you, my dear friend.
Hey.
I thought you would be on with Flav because he was live a little while ago. Well, I guess that was about an hour or so ago. Yeah. Oh, it's this neighborhood. We all used to get together and have block parties. I mean, we used to have it all the time. My bedroom back here behind me goes out onto the closed-in patio. The window does, because that used to be outside. Used to be the garage. We closed that all in, screened it in.
Oh,
so that's where we would put the food. We have a table right outside the window, and we could set it out through the window. No going in and out of doors or any of that. Hey, Rose. Good to see you, sweetie.
It says mom, dad, and town okay, but power's out.
Power out, no phone calls going.
Oh my gosh. Well, my prayers go out to everybody.
Yeah, and Lori.
I'm putting great intention into the universe for that stuff to get fixed quickly for the people in Florida. My company,
I got goosebumps thinking about the people that are in this community. They're in direct line of that. The people that are in Tennessee, Mississippi, Tennessee, all those people. They're
well. Right now, it looks like
that's half our community.
Georgia to South Carolina to North Carolina. I know. So
but the outer bands, according to Lori, Way of Positive Soul.
Oh yeah,
she's in Fort Myers.
It's a giant
she's in Fort Myers, Florida, and she said she's getting hammered because of the outer bands. The eye of the storm is way up at Tallahassee. It's a long ways from her, but that's how big the storm is. I'm going. Yep, sounds like Hillary.
Yeah.
She was a bitch.
The company that I work for. Does the power infrastructure for Florida. So for the last week, this is why I've been so quiet, because we've been working like working really hard to get ready to get ahead of idea. I work in a particular area that makes these things called interrupters, and we have been working so hard to get as many out the door and on their way to Florida before the storm started, before the storm actually went inland, so those infrastructure is already, it's probably already there, they just need to now get it out and
this morning
so
I was watching this morning as that was as the eye of the storm eye wall was hitting, and the main thing it was doing, I think it was a category 3. And the main thing it was doing was knocking out the power everywhere. I'm going, there's a job for Rachel. There's a job for Rachel.
Yeah. I would rather not. I mean, what ends up happening when a hurricane hits like this, Florida is smart. They get hit by hurricanes, if not every other year, sometimes it's every year, right? So they buy a lot of extra equipment from us and have it put aside for when this happens. Yeah. So what we're sending out now will replace the stuff that they're going to be using to put in to get people's power back on, but it'll also probably be used to restore people's power as well, because you never have as a backup everything that you need.
No,
it's expensive. No. These machines are like, what I make is like $60,000, so yeah. We don't have a lot of backup, but hopefully they will get all that, all of our stuff is already out the door. What we're sending to Florida has already left. And if they need more, we're making more right now. So
cool. Rose Blue says Columbia County, Shawnee River is the western border. Next is draining from Georgia southward.
Wow.
Yeah.
Run to fascist, don't act like a
I got a question. This really does go along with our conversation tonight here too, because when we have a natural disaster like this that knocks out our power, what happens to AI?
It doesn't. I mean, if we're talking about robots, it doesn't. They don't. They can't. Until they are so advanced that they've got their own power supply.
Yeah.
It won't. Yeah. If we're talking about like computer AI is always there. You just can't access it without power.
Right. Kind of like the internet. With this AI, with what's going, because it's like, just started hearing about it 20 years ago, and wham, it's here instituted now. It's like that, 20 years that quick. I have an idea what my mom and dad felt like when the internet started.
The internet,
totally Greek to them.
The internet was the advent of the information collection necessary for AI. So this has been AI, artificial intelligence has been science fiction writers from the early 1900s were already talking about something like AI, right?
Yes.
So, this has been in the minds of people for a long time. And how do we progress to that? How do we get all the information that we possibly can into one place where it can be accessible by a machine? And so when the internet was opened up to the public, and things like Wikipedia and, Grey's Anatomy online, where you can look up anything medical, all these different, all this information was poured into these giant server farms full of information. That was the bubble being created for AI. That was the storage, the information that they needed. That's where it started. And we created that. Every time we go online and we're searching for something or talking to something or chatting to somebody or, all that information, when you put something onto the internet, it is there forever in some form or another.
I was involved in part of the team that wrote the very first cookie, y'all. I've been doing computers since 1983. Okay. So, you can blame me. Go ahead. I blame me every single time. I've had my identity stolen twice now. twice since COVID started.
Well, it's just like any kind of assembly, right? You don't know what the final product is going to be.
Yeah.
You just know your part in making the product.
And
Right.
earning your
Earning your dollar, right? You're doing a job. That's
right. But I knew it was for data collection. I just didn't know how important data collection was going to be.
oh, data collection is
Oh, it's everything.
incredible.
You ain't nothing. All your vital statistics is the most valuable commodity on the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you do something, you join something like Facebook. That's what actually Biden is working on right now, is making it so we are not the commodity for these people. Stop like Facebook. Facebook is free. Facebook's got a lot of really cool shit because you're the product. Facebook's not the product. You are. Hey, Jenny.
Jenny. Hi, Jenny.
Yeah, you're not the product. You're the product. Not Facebook's not the product.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook is the platform.
Well, it's the same thing with YouTube too.
Oh yeah,
we're the product.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, YouTube. Yeah,
but
we won't even go there. YouTube's pulling some fun stuff now for us creators. So life's getting interesting.
Oh, I know it. YouTube is a never-ending.
Hey, I finally got the beta on my channel though. Now I can actually, if I want my videos bumped up in the algorithm, I can pay them now to do it.
Mm-hmm, me too.
They can go.
Not on this.
Not go at themselves on that one. I will never do that unless I've got an emergency video that the whole world needs to know about. Then I will.
Mm-hmm. And then
I don't see myself having that kind of revelation.
No, me either. Me either. The people that are supposed to hear what we have to say, Spirit leads them to us. So
exactly. I just thought I'd quickly show you guys what I've been working on. I apologize. I haven't put up a resin video all week. Actually, very many all month. But I got this wonderful, I have to show them the shelf. Dolly, look at we both got this awesome put together. Look at that sucker. Okay, you guys, do I have any tarot cards? Do I have any cards? That's my whole collection right there. Okay, it goes clear to the floor. It is full of diamond painting supplies, molds, and tarot cards. Moving stuff out to put that in.
You're gonna have to buy another house just to have your cards in.
Yeah, I was thinking yeah. Well, actually, if I get the craft stuff out of here, then I got plenty of room for cards. I could spread them out. So I was thinking, I have a really tall carport back here my parents used to have a fifth wheel, but it was for the fifth wheel. You know what would fit under there real nice?
What?
A nice little short shipping container and turn it into a studio.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I can record my videos and do all of that out there.
Rose Blue has 400 DVDs. That's a lot of DVDs.
Girlfriend. Woo! That's like me with CDs. I got a lot of CDs. Not 400 though. Holy moly. But anyway, I thought that's what I've been doing. So I hadn't made much resin, but I did the other day make it a couple things.
You made some pretties. Some pretties.
This is the most recent one. Oh, it helps if you turn it on, Katie. Turn the camera on so we can see what you're doing.
There we are. Ooh. I love those colors.
It's actually a total fail, believe it or not, but I think it's so pretty.
Well, it's a pretty fail. It's a happy. What does Bob Ross say?
The backside.
I like the backside even better.
The backside is what the resin moves to. This is what it does when it drops through the clear. This is what it makes as it moves.
Yeah, I like either side is gorgeous.
It moves from the outside in, and then it'll start moving back out to the outside. It's the coolest shit. It like rolls and and then there's this one.
That one's super pretty too. The back one on that one's pretty as well.
This is the piece of skin.
That looks like
my holiday. I'm actually going to make a bunch of these for Halloween because they look like a slab of skin with veins in it. I think that's great for a Halloween party, don't you?
I think that's cool. I think it kind of looks like I don't know. When I saw it, I thought it reminded me of like a cut geode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's got like the rind of like the shell, you know what I mean? And then it's
Yes.
the
It's
sparkly
got
in the
the
middle.
matrix. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you flip it over and it's that on the other side.
I like either side is gorgeous. I don't
That's
know.
what's fun about these is I can't decide what to do with the backs of them. So because they're kind of see-through. You know, you can
Just
see my
leave
hand
them.
back.
What? Can you just leave them?
Oh, sure. They're got a sharp edge. I just have to take a fingernail file to the edge and they're ready to go.
Yeah, there you go.
And you guys want one of these? They're $13. And then there's this one.
Yeah, that one's really pretty too.
This one's pearl and white with a black background. Okay, freeze up camera. There, thank you. With a black background.
Yep.
That one was a lot of fun to do. It was all an experiment to see what I could do with pigment and that really rainbowy blue that I love and talk about all the time. Or ink, alcohol ink.
Mm-hmm.
A woman that I watch all the time, her channel is called Pouring Your Heart Out. I highly recommend it. She's from Australia. She's very sweet. She gets really excited and she makes gorgeous stuff like this. She's invented a pigment that will do this effect more effectively. And I ordered it. It'll be here tomorrow. So guess what I'm doing for Labor Day weekend, y'all? I'm having fun with resin. Here's a success in this. Okay, you can show
that is so pretty. Oh my God. When you showed me that, I'm like, get out of here, Katie.
That's a success. This is called a 3D bloom. Get it where my logo's not in the way. 3D bloom. Hey,
so
I know. Let's do this. Okay. See if I can get it to give me the. There it is. Make it go solo layout. Look at it up close. Come here.
Isn't that beautiful? I mean, when I saw that, I was like, what am I even seeing? How did you do that?
That 3D effect. Isn't that cool?
So cool. Yes.
It is so fun. I got a video on how to do it. I just have to edit the video. Here's the backside. Backside's cool looking.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
I like this side because it has the little kind of swirl in the middle. That's the only difference, really. This has more layers of petals. So fun. It's so fun. And then there's this one. This one's my favorite one.
Oh, that is so pretty.
Springtime. And this is the backside is incredible too. I had fun painting the backside because it reminded me of China painting. These are the kind of leaves you do in China painting for roses. And when the resin moved, it made this. Just blows my mind. If the resin does this, you just put the colors in and stuff, and the resin takes off, and it either works or it falls through to the bottom.
It's
and
like
then there's this one. And then there's what's the I was trying to get pinks, blues, and lavenders, and I ended up with red, white, and blue. But this is my patriotic rose.
Yeah, there you go.
So, and on the back side, it's pretty too.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And these are coasters. These coasters will hold a bowl of cereal. So, this one is a complete flop, and I love it.
So I don't even know how you can call that a flop.
The reason they call it would be considered a flop is all these white globs. They just dropped right directly through, and you want them to spread out. And
but you know what it looks like? It looks like snow. Like
that's why I love it.
Spring snow on a early bloom, you know?
Yeah. So I'm Christmas time. So these I'm going to be having a lot of fun making trays and stuff for Christmas and Thanksgiving for you guys. If you're interested in purchasing them, these like this are $13 a piece. You can want 4 of them for $30.
That's cheap.
I mean, look at how big they are. Look how big that sucker is.
Yeah.
Normal coaster. Let me grab a normal.
See, I would
coaster.
use those to put the, you know how you get the 3-wick candles? I would put a
Yes.
3-wick candle on top of that.
Sure. Just don't let it catch fire. Okay, here's
No.
your normal. This is these guys. Here's a normal coaster size.
Mm-hmm.
So $13 for one of those is not too much. There's a lot of resin in that. There's a half a cup almost of resin in there, and that stuff's expensive. I always pick the expensive hobbies.
That's
I
okay.
don't go for oil pastels that you can get Crayola brand. I got to do French pastels.
Well, if you're gonna do art, use the best tools, right?
You got to use the perfect. Well, if you're going to put your time into it, you better make sure it's archival and that it is worth your time.
Hey, Rose is asking, can they take heat like a trivet? Hello? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what happened here.
There you are. You're back.
Oh, all right. There you go. I don't know what happened. I was like, hello, hello.
Rose is going ring ring.
So can these take heat like a trivet?
Yes, there's depends on the resin that you get. The resin that I'm using right now is heat resistant.
Okay. Because
it's heat resistant and food safe. That's the other thing. You have to make sure if you're going to do food on it, it's got to be food safe because this stuff does off gas. What's really cool, the brand I'm using right now is called
Mercury.
It's called. You can get it. Oh, you can hear J Diction, and crystal clear, high gloss, odorless, bubble free. I love it. It sits for 5 minutes and the bubbles are gone.
Nice.
None of those little teeny itty bitty micro bubbles that'll make your stuff look cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
No, not low, but no VOCs. So it doesn't off gas. And it's yellow resistant, so you can put it in the sun. Mm-hmm. So if you want to make pretty things for your garden out of it, it's non-toxic and non-flammable.
Or if you want to put them in your window.
Yes. Well, it depends on the window.
Oh, okay.
Don't put it in a window that the sun's going to come directly in because it'll give a prism effect and it'll act like a magnifying glass on. It'll catch fire. Get on fire. Yeah, you guys can't see it, but my sun catcher. I have it hanging up behind the Buddha back here because I haven't had a chance to put it together yet. I was too busy putting a shelf together instead. Now I got resin on my fingers. Ah, there it is. Because I picked up the bottle. That resin I just showed you there is about $80. So,
yeah, I mean, that's why I think what you're selling them for is very reasonable. Help you cover some of what you're making.
It's so fun. Well, I'm going to be making bigger and bigger stuff too. So,
Rose asks, can that sealer be, can that resin be used to seal plastic door panels?
Yeah. They use resin to make tables and
bar tops.
Bar tops, most definitely. Liquid glass. That's what liquid glass was originally invented for, was bar tops.
Yep.
And that was, oh my God, early 70s that they invented liquid glass.
Mm-hmm.
And
We
you
used
can
it
still
at
buy
where
liquid glass.
yes, we used it. I don't know if it's the same company, but as what it was originally, but at where I used to
It's still
work,
the same formula.
we put it on the bars at work.
Yeah, it's the same formula. It
Makes
kind
the
of has a
beer
tendency
glasses
to yellow.
slide. It makes the beer
Oh
glasses
yeah,
slide nice.
it's really slick. It has a tendency to yellow over time, which is a bummer because it was. Oh, my roommate. Well, she's my twin, my twin from another mother. In college, our coffee table was a big slab of myrtle wood. Myrtle wood is hard like ebony.
Mm-hmm.
It only grows in the Pacific Northwest, and it is a bay tree. Like it grows in the Pacific Northwest and in the Holy Land, and that's the only two places on the face of the earth it grows.
And it's like
gorgeous, light, beautiful wood.
It's the same family as the bay leaf, where the bay leaf comes from.
Yes, you can cook with the leaves.
Oh wow, that's
it's a member of the bay family.
Gotcha.
It's hard. I mean, it will dull saws. It's wood turners. People who they are constantly sharpening their turning tools because it is that hard. But it is beautiful stuff. Well, that was our coffee table, and it was like that thick. Well, let me tell you, you run your shin up on that sucker, you know you hurt.
Ow.
You hit something. Ow. Oh my goodness! They take a chunk out.
Yeah. Where'd you get that?
My table. Yeah. It had about that thick liquid glass on the top of it. And
wow.
It had the live edge and everything, and it just ran down this. Her dad made it. It was a beautiful table. She still has it, as a matter of fact. Well, something like that, it's not going to go anywhere in a big hurry unless you sell it. So. And there's no way she'll let go of that. That's all she's got, her mom and dad, and her sisters are all older and dying, and so she and I got each other. She's got a husband, grandkids.
It'll be in the family.
I didn't collect any of those. I tried the husband collection, and one was enough. One was enough. No more. Thanks. Yeah. Your door panels are painted and you want to seal them better. Yeah, and what's really cool is you can use foam. You don't have to spend your life on brushes for resin. Only thing is you will waste resin using these because it soaks it up and it'll hold it. But if you're doing a thin coat on a door panel, you have to take the door off the hinges though and lay it flat because resin self-levels.
Yeah, it'll go right off.
It'll run right off. It's like pouring water on something.
Yeah, the small
really sticky.
The small bit of experience that I've had with resin, I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, I want to start making my own molds, and so I got to learn how to do silicone.
What was the name of that resin again? J
Diction. J Diction. Like addiction, only it's just a capital J, capital D, ICTION. J Diction. The other company that I use is called Let's Resin. This is their and they're $20 more, about $20 more. So they were right around $100 for stone coat countertops. Total Boat, those guys, because they're the professional industrial resins, they're really expensive. A gallon is $115, $120 for a gallon. But you're going to do countertops and stuff. You want that to last forever. And you're going to buy 6 or 8 of them, 6 or 8 gallons of those to do a countertop.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my countertop in my kitchen and I'm going, I feel confident enough with resin now. I'm going to do my own countertops here.
I'm pretty sure we use 6 on the bar top, on our big bar. I'm pretty sure it was 6 on the big bar, but we didn't have like a coat. We didn't have, it wasn't like that thick. When we taped it off and we poured the resin on it. I think it was about I want to say about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch thick when we were done. And that was with 6 gallons. And that was on a bar that was probably 25 feet.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And as that was curing, it heated up the whole friggin' room.
Did. It did. And we didn't have the
That's a
non-VOC.
big pour. That's considered a deep pour.
We didn't have the non-VOC stuff either. So it
That was stinky too.
it was
Well, that's the thing about the industrial strength ones. There's another guy that I watch that I've been watching for years and years. I love wood turning, and these guys that do wood turning in resin, I never dreamed I would get my hands in resin. But this guy, Black Tail Studios, makes the most beautiful tables and desks. Oh my goodness, with big thick slab. He's in Corvallis, Oregon, and so he's got big thick slabs of oak and just gorgeous stuff. Just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Gina, good to see you.
Yeah. Hi.
Welcome. Happy to wake up and see us. Yes, I just found out the other day, all these years of knowing you and being around you, we're going into 3 years, my dear. I just found out that you're in the UK.
Oh.
I'm so happy to have you here because that's
Cool.
Yeah. I love it. I love our international focus.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about YouTube is it can bring a lot of people together.
So let's talk a bit about AI while we've got just a little bit of time left here.
Oh. Okay. So Katie and I had a really interesting discussion earlier today, honestly. Katie and I, one of the first things I do every morning or on my way to work is I talk to Katie. After I do my drive-in talks and stuff, I talk to Katie. And we were talking about AI and how potentially frightening, how potentially different the world is going to look by 2030. And you can tell them about what's going to happen in 2030, Katie, about with the cars.
Well, we've got the driverless cars. That's all just the beginning. Where it all started, I'm not getting the name of the organization correct. It's a world consortium made up of CEOs of the largest companies in the world, government leaders, and billionaires.
Oh, Bilderberg?
The people that started Project Omega.
Okay.
This is Elon Musk's big deal. They flipped the switch and it officially started. AI to start taking over our lives has already started. It just hasn't kicked into us yet. I am a little bit leery. I'm scared of it because I'm the generation from the Terminator movies. The other thing that over 20 years ago, yeah, it was 2003, 2004. I used to have an artist friend whose husband was an astronomer here at the U of A. I mean, he worked Jet Propulsion Laboratories and places like that. He invented an infrared camera to travel in the tail of Hale-Bopp to send back information on what was contained in the tail. Because at that time, we didn't know if it was gas, if it was ice, what is it? And so he invented this infrared camera. Interesting guy. Fun to talk to. He and his wife, I went to a lecture at the U of A with them. It was a closed invitation only lecture, but because I was with them, I got in. It was the guy that invented the first nanobots. And one of the grad students point blank asked him, do you see the Terminator movies being something that could be real? And you know what he said? Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean.
And I'm going, oh no.
Right now, the way that AI has infiltrated our lives to a degree that we've come to accept.
Right.
Okay. Is you go to a website and it's selling a product and a little pop-up comes up and says, hey, do you have any questions? I'm here to help.
Yes.
That is not a real person. That is an AI that is programmed to handle the most frequently asked questions. If you ask a question that it doesn't have the answer to, that's when it turns over to a real person.
Yep.
So 90% of the time when you're talking to this person, you think you're chatting with somebody about it, maybe your phone bill or maybe something with the bank or some product that you want to have more information on. You're actually talking to an AI that has been programmed with all the possible questions that people could think of and all the possible answers that people could think of. So you're very rarely talking online to a real person anymore.
Mhm.
And that's AI. Another place where AI is like seeping into our lives and we don't really realize it is in the movies. Now, if you saw the brand new Indiana Jones movie, there's lots of places in that movie where they de-aged Harrison Ford to make him look like the Indiana Jones from the earlier films, from the 1980s films. And if you've watched any of like The Mandalorian or a lot of the Star Wars stuff that's coming out right now, they've de-aged Luke Skywalker, right? They're using another person. They're using another person to stand in, but they're putting Luke Skywalker's young face on this other actor. And there are such deep fakes out there right now where there's plenty of YouTube channels where you think you're watching Tom Cruise or you think that you're watching Keanu Reeves, and it's not. It's a deep fake, and that is part of AI. It's part of artificial intelligence.
We saw that happen this week or last week, sorry, with the mugshot. Heard around the world.
Yeah.
It took a while for people to put it up because they had to look and see if it was a fake or not.
Right.
Because there was so many fakes that went immediately up.
Right. So AI is already touching a lot our lives in many, many different ways. Artificial intelligence is getting smarter and smarter and smarter. Quantum computers and quantum computing is getting to a depth now, to a speed and a depth of processing power that is unimaginable. 10 years ago, we wouldn't have even
thought we would be here.
We wouldn't have been able to even comprehend what is happening, with AI.
Now, this could have wonderful things for us, like in insurance. We won't have any reason for health insurance anymore. In the medical field, guess what? One of the first things that AI is going to find for us is a cure for cancer.
Hopefully.
Because it's got all the variables and it can match the variables up and say, oh, but this does this and this does that. Whoops, sorry. Smacked myself in the mouth. Anyway.
Right.
The other thing, it's really interesting. Danny Shea, Bathrobe Tarot today, did a reading on AI today. So Spirit started calling me because I saw this danged ad by an economist who is involved in Project Omega. And he's telling people there's 3 companies to invest in. If you invest $1,000 in just one of these companies, in 10 years, in the next 5 to 10 years, you could triple to quadruple to 10 times way more than people made off of Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Way more. They're saying that this actually could create the world's first trillionaire. That's the financial aspect of it. Now, we'll get into that here in a minute.
Yes.
Ooh, that's the scary thing, is the financial aspect. Okay. These robots are going to be taking our jobs. Millions and millions and millions of jobs.
Yes. Yeah.
So we can be creative.
Yes. I have to make one comment. Amber said that she's never seen any of the Star Wars movies.
Oh my gosh.
You need to change that immediately.
Right away.
You see my Mandalorian right there? Do you see right here? This light, I got a lightsaber hanging up with all my swords right there.
Amber, you're talking to the woman who has a Star Wars Christmas tree. Okay.
I do. I have a Star Wars Christmas tree. I am one of the
secrets on my
there are
friend.
Star Wars fans, and then there are Star Wars crazy people. I am a Star Wars crazy person.
She does
so
the cosplay and the whole bit. Yeah.
I do. I have my own Jedi uniform made by a guy who escaped North Korea.
Oh wow.
Came to the United States, or I'm sorry, came to Canada. He was in Canada, and he started making temple robes for Zen students. That's how I got connected with him. And I said, "Hey, can you make me a Jedi? Can you make me a Jedi costume if I send you a bunch of pictures?" He's like, "Sure." And he's like, and I'm like, "How much do you want for it?" He's like, "Oh, $50." I'm like, "I am not paying you $50. I'm going to pay you at least $130, at least."
That's an interesting amount. 130, why not 150?
I don't know. That's what I said. $130. So I paid $130 for my amazing Jedi costume, which is like perfect down to every detail. It's really okay. So I'm going to shut up now about that. We'll go back to AI.
It's okay. Amber's laughing. She's going, well, I wonder if you would catch that. Yes, and her little bit, and Baby Yoda in her driving talks. The other day he was laying on his side with his feet up. He
was like this. He was like, "This woman is crazy. Let me out of this car."
May the force help us all. Rachel's mother up.
I'm trying to use the force. It's not working.
Dolly's behind the wheel.
For sure.
I love it.
But one of the things I wanted to say about this is what I had a vision about AI not too long ago. It was a couple months ago already. And what I saw was it started with people being forced out of gasoline powered cars.
Yes.
And into electric cars. And when that happened, the dependency that we have on oil went away, and the dependency that the American dollar has with oil went away. Right? We don't have a dollar based on gold, like they say. We have a dollar based on oil. Okay, so that went away. So that opened up the opportunity for us to get rid of currency altogether. And so instead of using currency, they had a credit system. And that credit system allowed for good things to happen and for bad things to happen. Through that credit system, every single person on the earth was given a certain amount of credit currency that they could use just for being alive. And because of that, some people did nothing. They stopped working. They were just pacified, sitting at home in their little town, doing the entertainment and shopping and whatever they needed to do right in their town. They stopped traveling. This had a good effect on the Mother Earth, on our planet, but where it twisted and turned into something bad was when the people in power realized that the people who had the ambition to go out and do more than just sit at home, who actually went out and did jobs in society, that they were the ones who were able to afford to buy the AI controlled robots, for lack of a better word, that actually went to work for them. So those people got to get richer and richer and richer and richer. And the people who just sort of pacified themselves and stayed home and did nothing and didn't really contribute to society in a work form sort of way, but still got paid their credits, they were controlled by the people who put the effort into making the money, and buying the robots. And, so it kind of goes with what Katie was saying about how people are now already being told, invest your money in AI. They need the money. They need the money right now. They need your money right now in order for them to be able to appropriate this, to make this happen.
Yeah, they've already officially flipped the switch, though.
Yes. Elon
did it.
So this is a plan now. And I mean, back when Bill Clinton was president, for those of you who are old enough to remember this, he was already talking about urbanization and green spaces between. You'd have urban centers with green spaces in between the urban centers, and everybody at the time was like, how is that even going to be possible? How could that even be possible? People are not going to give up their cars. They're not going to give up their independence, Well, now with the advent of electric vehicles and better transportation that's also electric,
yep,
we actually can see that around the corner. We could actually
all of our deliveries. There won't be a reason for truck drivers because all that'll be automated.
Yep, everything will be automated.
The trains will be all automated.
Everything will be automated.
Yeah.
There'll be
now, Gina, God bless you. The ethicalness of it all.
Yes.
This is the number one thing that has been eating at me all week long. I mean, I've lost sleep over this, is the ethics of it.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point where I did a reading. I've done several readings the last couple of days. So, and they're due to come out in the next few days. I don't remember if it's in the goddess reading or the blue moon reading that came out at 6:00 tonight. Basically, it's talking about how we're going to have help through this because we don't have the wisdom to go with what is about to happen.
Right.
We have no idea the ethics of this, the implications of what it can be. It can be a wonderful thing, but it can be a nightmare. And we need to have it balanced to make it work right for us. And so we don't have that kind of wisdom. Mankind, shit. We can't even talk to each other.
Right.
Let alone try to come up with how do we bond together to help support these people because they don't have, they're the do-nothings. And then without having a hate that builds between the two castes, because you got a two-caste system all of a sudden.
That's what my vision was showing, was a two-caste system. Yes.
And the number one thing, Mr. Bill Clinton, your green space shit's shit. And that's Gaia telling me that. Because you know why? Mankind is making those green spaces, not her.
Right.
It's all a part of the separation from the earth, which started with the fossil fuel industry.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to continue because if we do not get back to being the Gaia-oriented planet we should be, we're going to end up just like what happened to Mars. And I know a lot of people don't believe that, but I have a friend that is actually working on that team, and she's shown me pictures of pottery shards on the surface of Mars.
If you pay attention to the NASA website and you're looking at the pictures that they're putting up, you can see exactly where they've blurred.
Well, the Mars rover.
They used to try to be a little bit less obvious about it. They don't even try anymore.
That first Mars rover, the Phoenix or whatever it was, that came out of the University of Arizona. That came right out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So, Shoemaker, Dr. Shoemaker was here. Shoemaker Levy 9.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mr. Shoemaker.
Shoemaker Levy. Yep.
He lived here. His favorite place to go hang out was Craters of the Moon up by Flagstaff. Those are actual craters from meteors hitting.
Yeah.
And that's where NASA trains the machines and the guys and all that is up there.
Impact craters, yeah.
Yeah. And that's also where everybody, the cinder cinder rock that you use in your yards? You know, that red rock or black rock that looks like
Yeah.
foamy, kind of like this is azurite, but it looks kind of like this. That's where it comes from. There's tons and tons and tons of it up there. So yeah, the ethics of it, and that's what Danny was reading on. So we are going to have in Saturday Solutions. One of the cards I got was unexpected visitors as part of the road. It was our
Yeah, you did. That's right. Yeah.
Guess who's going to come and help? And that's why there's so much talk about aliens, is because full disclosure is about to happen. It is the only way that we're going to be able to make it through AI. These beings that are coming to help us have been here, done that, and know the pitfalls. And that's what I was shown on Lionsgate. So
I just pulled some cards.
It's weird to talk about stuff like that for me because I'm not used to it. Because people that are around me in my physical, not my digital world, but my physical community think I'm a nutcase anyway. And I just honor them and giggle.
You're
think what you want. I don't give a shit.
I'm a nutcase too, so who cares? It's fine.
Hi, Benny Loco, my dear darling. Yes, you can have a
Benny.
Let's start the personal readings, and we'll start it with Benny.
Well, I quick did a reading. I quick did a reading on AI, so I got
good.
When I'm using the Ask Yourself Tarot.
Let me do one right there. Okay.
Which is it's a nice deck. All right, so I got the 5 of Cups. So of course
that's a
loss,
card.
The loss, disappointment.
Yeah, that's looking at crying over spilt milk card.
Yep. Forgetting that there's stuff over here, you know. And this card is appropriate because, like we were saying, there are 2 ways that AI could go, right?
Yeah.
It could go in a way that's going to make us end up looking like this chick right here. Or it could go in a way where we become like I know that some people maybe aren't big fans of socialism, but it could go in that direction. So, you know, the social utopia direction, if it's handled appropriately and ethically.
Yeah.
And then the second card I got is the 7 of Wands. And these cards are neat. They have little questions on the bottom. Like this one says, what area in your life needs boundaries and protection?
Wow.
Well, right. I mean, yes, there has to be some solid boundaries.
Solid boundaries at this.
Solid boundaries for AI. Otherwise, it could be used to completely and totally, you know, suppress us, you know.
Yeah. Control
us and suppress us. All right, so did you pick some for AI, or are you going to read for Benny?
I got one card for AI. Then this is from the Colette Mary Mystical Shaman deck.
Oh, I
love this deck. I got the Smoky Mirror.
Oh, that's perfect.
You guys,
I love spirit.
Fears make you worry about this. We just wanted to discuss it because it's something that everybody needs to be made aware of because it's sneaking up our ass.
Right. I feel like
the only way I can say it is it's really coming in at us quick. So
we can't be taken off guard by this.
No.
You know, so it is something that we need to pressurize our congressmen, you know, all of our representatives. Really, we need to put the pressure on them to make solid boundaries for AI.
And the scientists, especially like the astrophysicists and those guys, they're the ones that mathematically can tell you how well it's going to work or not.
Right.
I would like to recommend also a video to you guys by Greg Braden today. I got goosebumps because there's like all this stuff coming out today about AI, and we planned
that's so weird.
Last week.
It's not weird at all. It's
what he is talking about. One of the gentlemen that is involved in Project Omega is pushing to use AI to correct religion, rewrite the holy texts. And Greg Braden was like, can't happen, better not happen, no way, messes up the code in the Torah. The Torah was given to us 3,000 years ago. No one knows where from.
Yeah.
Every one of our names is in the Torah, in the code. This video will curl your hair if you got straight hair.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
straightened
watching
my
it
hair
tonight.
out today.
I'm going to watch it tonight. As soon as we're done with this, that's the next thing I'm going to do is go watch that Greg Braden
Just
video.
do a search on Greg, GRAGGBRADEN, Greg Braden. And you'll see he's got a great YouTube channel. He is an he's a geologist, anthropologist.
A geological anthropologist.
Thank you. Yes. And one of his best friend is Nassim Harim.
Get out. I love him.
That's one of his best friends. So they do a lot of stuff together. I could listen to that man talk all day. Because he talks about the fact that what we call empty space, what we call air, is packed. There's more shit in that than there is in something solid. And he proved it mathematically, and he got the Nobel Prize for it. He's a cool guy.
All right, Benny said she wanted a card.
Yes, I'm shuffling now.
All right, I'm like dropping my cards onto my breastises. I don't have a big shelf, so I don't know how that's.
Oh, that's what I get to do on Tuesdays. Go see a brand new oncologist about my breastises.
My breasticles.
Because I haven't been there in about 3 years, so it's fun. And it's for a final, because I probably won't ever have to go back. So it's pretty cool.
All right, are we just pulling a card? Benny, did you have a question? I see that you're math intolerant. I'm pretty math intolerant too. Actually, I'm math oblivious is what I am.
I mean, yeah. Only math that I really understand is going to kind of click my mind. I'm terrible at algebra, but boy, do I love statistics. You know why? Because you can make statistics say anything you want.
You can make shit up.
Just skew the shit.
5 out of 4 dentists surveyed said you should like brush your teeth with this.
It's all in how you ask the stupid question. You know, you go to the mall and you'd have those people with their clipboards, and do you have time for Sunday? That's exactly what they were doing.
And then I'd be like, "Am I getting paid?"
Will we stave off
paying me? I'll tell you whatever you want to hear.
Will we stave off injury in the next year? That's what Benny wants to know.
About what? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Will we stave off injury? Here, let me put it up, Katie.
Will we stave off injury?
Do it. Here we go. There it is. It's on screen.
Well, what I got the 3 of Swords for that.
Ooh.
And like I was saying, I like these little questions on the bottom here because they get you thinking. It says, what painful aspect of your life do you need to confront? And this could be, what painful aspect of our lives will we need to confront as a nation? That's what I'm feeling from this. I think that, you know, the feeling that I get when I ask that question is, although right now we are seeing a resurgence of the vocalization on both sides of the coin about how they feel about this current situation in our nation, I feel that there is this overwhelming sense of exhaustion when it comes to this. So I feel like we are going to get to a point where we're going to start staving off injuries, where we're going to like be setting things down and going, how do we heal?
Yes.
Right? We are injured. We are already super injured.
Yes.
So how are we going to heal? And I think that like the this massive interest that you're seeing in spirituality right now is coming because of that, because people
called an awakening.
People are exhausted, yes, and they're waking up.
The mass awakening that I've been waiting for the last 10 years.
Yes.
It's finally here. I've been preparing for this time for a long time now. Yeah, that's what it means to be a light worker. You're shining your light for all those that are waking up to spirituality.
Yeah.
And spirituality is not religion.
No, it is not.
Well, Benny, to answer your question, I got 5 cards. Actually, I'm pulling and they just keep coming. So first card I got is the journey.
Yes.
This whole thing has been a journey.
Yes, it
for
has.
all of us, and will not it will not be solved until we all heal and work through our part of this journey, because we are one. We are all one.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Braden shows you how that actually works in using the matrix. Anyway, that part kind of fried my mind. I have to watch that again to absorb it. But this card, look at the shaman. The shaman is certain. The shaman has the wisdom of the owl on his head. Don't be afraid of the journey. You chose it. Put one foot in front of the other one and go. Don't look back. Go forward. Next card. Go forward and flow.
Flow, yay.
And I don't really have to say much more about this.
That's
one other thing about flow. This card is water flow. This card talks about taming the wind.
Airflow.
The other form of flow.
Yes.
You guys, together, both of these cards tell me we got to be grounded.
For sure. 100%.
You cannot stagnate in a place because it's comfortable. You get left behind.
Yes.
The other thing is,
and that's the answer. That's the answer to how we are going to stave off the injury.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Stay in flow. Stay grounded.
100% it.
And keep going forward. Don't look back. Because if you look back, you'll get bulldozed down by the thunder.
Look at the big full moon in that.
Look what it is.
Look at the big full moon in that.
Yeah. Well, those are buffalo, y'all. In this card.
Yes.
They are the thunder of the new world.
Mm-hmm. The thunder.
Talk about an animal that is supremely grounded. Holy crap. You have one of those things hit your car. They weigh over, a male, full-grown male weighs over 2,000 pounds. He decides he don't like your car, he'll move it.
I know. I know that firsthand.
They're scary. Anyway.
Yes.
Next card.
Oh, that's awesome.
Through all the cycles of the moon coming, keep your focus and your intention clear. Release what no longer serves you, and that can be friends, that can be family, and that can be something that totally throws you when it comes up. Be open to the change. Sometimes we have to release people from our lives because they need to grow in a way that you're holding them back from, believe it or not. Because we love our people, we want to protect our people. Sometimes we have a tendency to hold them back and protect them.
Right.
So they come and go like the cycles of the moon. The key is don't grasp onto somebody and just hold on and hold on and hold on and let them go. If they want to go, let them go. And finally, break the curse. Speak your truth. When you see injustice, speak it.
Yes.
Let it be known.
100%.
Our time of being silent is over. Wow, I got goosebumps from that. I could keep going. I got many paths. The seer. The hummingbird. And it ends with the ghost dance. These cards just, they tell a story that is so mystical and so magical. Colette Baron Reed,
she's amazing.
Got a really cool YouTube channel. I watch it. Yeah, and I've taken a couple of classes now that have her as one of the teachers. And
me too.
She opened me up. I am not a card reader. I'm an oracle, because I do more than read cards. I give you advice as well.
Mm-hmm.
I give you an interpretation of the cards, but I also give you a little bit of a sermon that goes with it.
Yeah,
like you guys all know, that is not me talking. I step aside and spirit comes through me and talks to you. A lot of the time in my videos and stuff, especially Saturday Solutions, I got to go back and watch it because I have no idea what I said. I'll get a message from Dolly and she's going, "Oh, great video. Oh, I loved it this week." And I'm going, what did I say?
What did I say? I understand that, because I have the same when I really am in the, when I'm really connected, I have no idea, because that's not me. It's me, but it's not me. It's spirit giving me the feelings and giving me the visions, and and then it's just up to me to be the vessel that brings it forward.
Yes, Benny.
Nothing special about me.
I'm laughing. Yes, Benny, I know you and your mouth. It's like me and my mouth. I'm a real good girl on Instagram. I don't talk a lot about politics and give my opinions and stuff, but come on over to Instagram. You want to get some truth.
Oh, Amber. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
A mama bear. There's times between her, Daniel Ariola, and myself. Ariola, he's a martial arts dude. The three of us together, we're bad. We're bad. I think we've gotten a reputation on. Dang it, Zulu from Star Trek.
Zulu? George Takei.
George Takei's Instagram channel, because of the comments we leave. The three of us leave on his channel all the time. We are going to get ourselves in trouble, us three. I can feel it. I can just feel it. That's the way it used to be with me on Facebook. It's kind of interesting that Instagram brings it out in me the same as it did in Facebook. Something about that Zuckerberg dude.
Well, George Takei is highly inappropriate anyway, so I think you're fine.
Oh, I love him. No, I think we're getting a good reputation with him. He loves us.
So Amber just said that she was looking she was out looking at the beautiful super blue moon. It's huge and lovely.
Oh,
I've got my water in the windows, and I've got my brand new decks that I got from Hay House up in the windows that are charging right now with the crystals
here. Because we had a thunderstorm about an hour before we started. There's a really weird golden glow in the sky right now.
Because it's pitch black.
The sky's on fire. That's why I'm saying that. We have a red sunset right now. That happens every time it rains because it stirs up dust. Mm-hmm. And right, Benny, nothing more gorgeous than a desert freaking sunset. Oh my gosh. Especially after the rain.
Hey, Katie, I don't mean to cut this short, but it's 7:45, so I need to get off. Okay. My whole family is going to be like knocking on my door going,
we can't let them beat the door down, and we know you're going to go on a little bit of a trip this weekend.
I am, yeah.
Where are you going, darling?
I am going to Ohio to go to the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. So that's going to be... That's going to
go see Jack Hanna's kids.
I won't be making videos for the rest of the week, just so that everybody knows. I'll put a little message in my community page too. Not that I have thousands of viewers that need to know this, but I like to keep everybody updated on what I'm doing. So But yeah, it's just a little mini getaway just to de-stress, we'll say. It's gonna be
Sounds like fun.
de-stressing time. Yeah.
I'm going to get away too. I'm going to go hang out in Coaster Land. I'm also got a bunny I'm making. And I'm going to start my Halloween stuff. I got these 3 molds of kitty cats that are so cute. One's a witch, one's Pan. So I was thinking about sending that to Mark, Spirit Whisperer, Mr. Pan, who channels Pan. And one of them is a vampire. So
Cool.
I'm going to be making a bunch of fun stuff like that. So
That's cool. I'm going to be starting to do live streams too.
Yes.
We start off once a month. It'll be the second week in September on Thursday. So I'll send out in my community page. I'll let you guys know. Katie's going to be my first guest. So we're going to be talking about the importance of the God's energy, both goddess and God. So both male and female, the energies,
divine feminine and divine masculine.
Right. We're going to be talking about how both of those are important, because I feel like a lot of people put a lot into the divine feminine and forget the divine masculine. And we can't do that.
We are both. We are both.
We are both. That's it. That's going to be the point. So please tune in. We'll have a great conversation about that.
Yes, we will.
So
you guys are so terrific. I love you all so much. So we'll see you maybe in a couple weeks. Whatever you have, a most terrific Labor Day. Yes. I will be putting out one video this weekend, and that's the one on Saturday. I don't skip that. I don't care what the holiday is. That happens every Saturday because people depend on it. So I depend on it too. That reading is just as important for me as it is for you guys, because I get lost in wanting to know, what do I do next?
Right.
And sometimes I don't always hear it real clear when Spirit tells me I need to be slapped upside the back of the head. So thank you, Benny. So you guys, I tell you, be good, take care of yourselves, be kind to yourself, and watch the addictive substances this weekend. Don't get yourselves in trouble. Don't get yourselves in trouble. just I got that in a couple of readings. Just for some reason, we're supposed to watch those chemicals. Watch the amount of chemicals you put in your body this weekend.
Yes, 100%.
You guys take care, and I'll see you next time.